Hey guys, Immortal Orc here, coming to you with another StarCraft 2 broadcast, but this time, this game is gonna be part of a series called Mortal Orcs Insight for Observers. And right here, we got XO Cold Blood spawning in the bottom right hand corner as the blue protoss, and yours truly, Immortal Orc, over here in the red at the bottom left-hand corner of, I think this map is called Condemned Ridge. I do not remember, but yeah. So what I'm gonna do with this series is just basically explain my thinking process and point out things I can do better, and just the basics of StarCraft. Yeah, just the multiplayer currently anyway. So right now, these are workers. You just gather your minerals. Minerals are basically money, so that you can get more units, more buildings. And then over here we got the gas, which is pretty much like your minerals, but the gas allows you to get like even better units out. So right here we have a pylon. Of course, any of you who have played StarCraft before know that pylons are what protoss need for supply, and your supply's up here, and that's this number 18 right here is the maximum amount of units that I can have, and the bottom number, or the number to the left here, says how many units I have out right now, which is currently 15. And right here, my opponent is actually sending a probe. What he's doing is scouting, and this is actually good so that he can see what I'm up to. He can see like if I'm making any buildings, like if I wanted to if I threw down a forge instead of this gateway, he would see that and know that there was probably a cannon rush right here coming, but obviously he doesn't see that, so he won't be needing to defend against that. Over here, Cybernetics Core, just another building to get out higher tech. Usually you want to get the warp gates out for Protoss right away, and there it goes for me. Gateways produce the basic backbone of the Protoss army, and yeah, getting my gas up now. My opponent pretty much doing the same thing. He's actually got one attacking unit right now, and right now our builds are pretty identical. Me doing my little scouting, I like to queue up these little pathways so I can look around the base while doing my thing back here at home. So yeah, getting out of there before the Zealot can catch me. Not seeing the Stargate go down. This I wish I had scouted, because in this game he gets a bunch of Phoenix actually, and Phoenixes are not that great if you scout them, but if they go undetected, they can do massive damage to your mineral lines. Since they're flying units, they'll just fly over here, and the flight distance is so much shorter. So warp gates are almost done. I got 2 gateways up. Currently just got 1 stalker, it looks like, out. Yeah, I have just 1 stalker, and I've got 25 probes. So currently I'm doing better. I wonder if I think I see the Stargate. Yeah, so I see that right there, and I pull out because he's got a cannon to defend, and he's blocked off his ramp. So I go back here. I'm getting the Twilight Council. That's what that is. This probe looks like he's going to be headed over there, and this is to get the blink over here for stalkers, so that I can deal with these Phoenix more easily, because it'll give the stalkers a bonus movement speed, and it'll also give them the ability to blink. You'll see that later. I got robotics out. I don't really know why. I just didn't know how to respond to this Phoenix play, because normally in PvP, which is Protoss versus Protoss, if you didn't already know that, you normally see Protoss just go and get the robotics, which is this, and that's what I was planning to do. But then I saw the Phoenix, so I decided to get the Twilight Council and get the blink. Having the stalkers here ready to shoot down these air units. Phoenix come in, he sees that I'm prepared for this, so he decides to back up. Decides to actually pull a probe up and actually gets it. Gets away with 10 damage to the hull, not too bad. Decided to expand here since I know my opponent was behind from making these Phoenix, and I know I was able to defend with these amount of stalkers. You see later on that I slip and I don't position my stalkers properly, so it's hard. It's not. I don't adequately defend this, even though I do have my expansion up ahead of his expansion. I actually fall behind in this match. So right here, I got the Forge, Twilight Council, and Robotics. Not really utilizing any of them. I'm just researching the blink and queuing up some probes, and that's pretty much it. Keeping my money low so that it's not just wasted just sitting in the bank, but other than that, I don't really have a game plan because like I said, I wasn't expecting these Phoenixes. So right here, he's just killing a bunch of my workers, totally owning them. And he's doing a good job of microing the Phoenix out and keeping them alive, out of reach of the stalkers. And while he's doing all this, he's got his base up, nice and running. Well, he's working on getting some probes out, it looks like. But he's got his gateways on the way, and he's actually working to switch into robotics tech, and he stopped producing the Phoenixes, it looks like. Trying to position my stalkers so that I can defend against these Phoenixes. Also throwing down a few cannons. I think 1 or 2 cannons are good enough to defend for Phoenixes. Yeah, I think even 1, because Phoenixes can't attack the cannons, because Phoenixes can only attack air. Because the graviton beam, what you saw there, was only used for units, and the Phoenix can't lift up the buildings. Getting out Mortal, I really got behind in this game because I've spent extra money on the cannons and then just wasting money on the robotics tech that I'd never really fully utilized until now. And then the Forge, I got the cannons down and then threw down even more cannons, which was pretty much unnecessary. So basically my opponent walks in here. My army's spread out, so he's picking them off one by one. Very easy for him. The Zealots actually getting in here. What you saw there was me utilizing Blink. Obviously it wasn't much help because he's just got a overwhelming force here at my front door, and I don't have anything to defend this. I could have the probes attack, but they only do 5 damage every 1.5 seconds, and that's not going to do anything. Immortal here trying to take out the sentry. It's not going to happen. The hardened shields will help it survive a little longer against the stalkers, but of course it's eventually get taken out because Cold Blood here has got too much firepower. Probe's continuing to mine, but that obviously was the GG because the Nexus got taken out, and I couldn't really do anything to defend this. I tried warping in and chrono boosting the warp gates, but obviously that wasn't enough. I could have warped in a sentry and just force field my ramp, but I would have been behind because I already know he's got his expansion. So if once he kills my expansion and he's got his own expansion up, then he pretty much, it's guaranteed that the game is his. Yep. Alright, this is Mortal Orc. Let me know what you guys thought of that first episode of Immortal Orcs Insight for Observers. I know I'm a little tired, so this cast probably was a little boring sounding. But it was just me experimenting, trying something a little bit different, trying to explain more for those of you who are not familiar with StarCraft. And yeah, alright. Comment, rate, subscribe, whatever, all that good stuff. And this is Immortal Orc, warping out.